Good morning, everybody. Jayy here with another War of the Visions video, and today we're going to talk about the differences between like a JP meta and a global meta, why you can't directly compare those two things to each other. Then we're going to talk about countering the current meta in global, which seems to be the like Yuna wall, right? Like how do you break through that light Yuna wall? We're going to cover that a little bit today, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so I want to start this conversation about like how to deal with Yuna by addressing the the differences between JP and global at this point in the game specifically, and why it's hard to base everything you think about this game off of just how it was in JP. Let me bring onto the screen real quick here a unit many of you are going to recognize, and that's our boy Dwayne over here, who's been a staple in PvP. He's been a very, very strong unit in global for a long time because we've had him for a long time. One thing that people I think have let slip their minds is that when JP got Yuna, JP did not have Dwayne. And there are some very, very effective Dwayne teams that are very good at dealing with Yuna. So point one is that just because Yuna dominated the meta in JP does not mean she will dominate the meta as hard in global. Now, she's top tier healer. Be ready for her on the top of the limited unit tier list to just be like parked up there. She's putting little Leela down a tier. She's going to sit up there. She's amazing. But we have ways of dealing with her. Dark teams that can one-shot things is one of those ways. Dwayne can be a big leader in that charge by mixing in things like this. You can build resistances on Dwayne. If you have access to espers, like Demon Wall here, that can buff resistances. Like, check out the resist that Dwayne is going to get from Demon Wall. You're talking 7, 13, 18, 22, 25 light resist. Just from that right there. You're also going to bring some dark resist, some stop resist, slash resistance. This can make Dwayne very tanky. Don't sleep on this. There's units that bring buffs into the game, like Sakura and her light resistance buff. You can pump Dwayne's light resistance up to the point where he's not getting one shot. That's the key. Don't let him get one shot. You could also use things like Zombie Rye or use TMR on him to give him a re-raise. And if he can one shot in return, if he does not die in one hit, but he can kill Sakura, he can kill Yuna, he can start messing up Warrior of Light, that can be a way to start overcoming these teams. Now, I have a couple videos that I want to show today that show some squads beating the light wall teams that we kind of highlighted yesterday, and just kind of talk about how those worked and just what's going on there. So let's get to those. Okay. So first up, this is going to be a Guild Wars fight that happened today. Like, today is the day I'm recording this, so yesterday is the day you're watching it. You get it. So this is Roro. He's from my guild. He's somebody who's regular on the stream showing off teams, and this is the team he put together to handle the light wall teams, right? He's running Dwayne, like we just talked about. He's also running Garvel, two dark units very capable of just smashing in to light units and killing them. Now notice he also has Yuna himself, and I do think it's very important to bring a healer with you on this team. It does not have to be Yuna. Yuna is ideal because she's probably the best healer in the game, but it could be Little Leela, it could be Ayaka, it could be, heck, it could be Fina if that's what you're working with. But let's watch how this plays out. So Garvel gonna buff his own magic and magic resist pin. He's looking for those one-shots. Yuna is gonna give re-raise to Dwayne, who's given himself bells. Dwayne now has the AP to do a lot of work, to kill a lot of people, and now he has re-raise. So even if he does die, he's gonna be able to come back. Boom, let's stop it right there. There's the first most important thing we need to bring up. Watch what Garvel is going to do to this Sakura, who, by the way, Sakura, a very, very common companion for Yuna. Watch this. It's a nice round number. 6,500 damage, and Sakura is removed from the game. Now, it's Yuna, so Yuna can bring people back. She's not dead forever, but what you don't want Yuna doing is sustaining through your team. Now, something else really important just happened that we're going to highlight a little more later. But meanwhile, Garvel's out here just knocking folks over. Now, the enemy is running Yuna, so get ready for some overpowered shenanigans. First of all, we're going to heal up Warrior of Light. Dwayne's going to slap him again with another disable. Garvel's going to kill him again. Yuna's going to have to do more Yuna stuff. Watch this. So Yuna, charging a spell. What's she got? Nothing because she's dead. Boom. Easy. Let's go to fight 2 for the day for Roro here. Again, this time he's targeting Ray. Another Yuna squad with a lot of magic. So you're anticipating another Sakura, something like that. I'm going to highlight another specific thing in this comp, and that is faith. Like, let's go back to that tip on the loading screen. A lot of times these tips aren't necessarily the most valuable tips in the world. This one says, the amount of magic type damage inflicted and taken. Okay, cool. And the chance of activating reaction ability. Okay, we all know Yuna like trolls us all the time with her full heal reaction ability, but check out this last one. The occurrence rate of status effects are proportionate to a unit's faith. That means the more faith you have, the more likely you are to be inflicted by a status ailment. Notice how Dwayne, who brings disable to a fight, disabled the enemy Warrior of Light the entire fight. The dude couldn't do anything because Dwayne just kept disabling him. That's huge. And when you're going against these light wall teams like this, bringing some status effects might be really important. I'm going to pause on this moment right here. Yuna, disabled. Warrior of Light, disabled. They're probably running 97 faith, which greatly increases the chance of that disable landing. That's huge. And now Garvel's just going to walk up here and start punking people. Like, this fight is over. Okay, for the second squad I want to show off as kind of an anti-Yuna magic wall squad, this is a very traditional, I'm going to call it a traditional anyway, just anti-magic team. You can just run anti-magic into this, and it's actually pretty effective. Now, in this fight, this is Chemo from Medina. He's hitting Big Mac from Pandora here. Big Mac rocking that Yuna Sakura Warrior of Light. We've seen it a bunch of times before. Chemo rocking Venera Ildira Whisper and running anti-magic. Let's go look at just how effective these anti-magic units are against this Sakura comp. Now, I want to point out a couple things here. One, the offensive team in this fight, this anti-magic team, bad on defense. Don't run this squad on defense. If this ran into like missiles, or if this ran into like Pierce, it would just get dumpstered. But because it's built specifically against magic, the tanks are going to buff their magic resist, and they're going to go look to get aggro. Now, check this out. Watch this. 1 damage on Venera. 1 damage. Whisper gathers her hate. How much damage is Whisper going to take? Well, about 100 from Warrior of Light. And how much from Yuna? 1. That was Yuna's limit break. It did 1 damage. Whisper is one of those units that can get to this point where magic just doesn't scare her anymore. Meanwhile, the rest of your team can run around while Whisper's tanking the world and just kill everybody. So shout out to Whisper as a unit for being really, really good in these situations. And then Christmas Venera also can accomplish basically the same stuff here. Now, it's going to be a bit of just a slap fest towards the end because none of these units really do a ton of damage for the offensive squad, but they have sustain. They are perfectly built to tank the damage types they are fighting, and they're just gonna like run it over. This is a very safe team against this comp. The drawback of running this team, the specific anti-magic team, is if you run into a little bit of physical damage. Like if this Warrior of Light right here was a Dwayne instead, Dwayne could have walked out there and maybe just like run those folks over, right? You'd have been safe from Yuna and Sakura, but Dwayne might have been a problem. So you have to find the exact right squad for the anti-magic to work, but generally speaking, you don't have to be very scared of Warrior of Light's damage. So that was the second fight to shout out there. Really good work. Thank you for the people who showed up to the stream with these videos today. Perfect, because this is exactly the thing I wanted to talk about and make a video for. Thank you guys very much. All right, that's the video, y'all. I hope you could see a couple of teams there and a couple of like really ideas mostly on how you can help your guild win in Guild Wars by beating down those light magic squads or by targeting those light magic squads in Arena to kind of boost your rank a little bit. It's not as impossible of a task as it might have seemed like a day ago when it was new and just stomping everything. But anti-magic seemed to work really good. And then like dark teams with Dwayne, they could just burst you down also seem to work really good. So try those things out. Let me know if they're working for you. I know it was definitely working for the people in my stream today. They were having a lot of luck. So I hope y'all are having great luck too. If you need to hit some Amazon coins, please consider using my Amazon coin affiliate link. I gotta shout that out because you guys have been helping me out so much with that, and I appreciate the heck out of it. And then yeah, if you want to show off your Guild Wars team, stop by the stream. Typically stream on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Those words were tough. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from about 4 Central Time US to 7 Central Time US. And that's it. Hope y'all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.